Beautiful souls, love reading time. Okay, so I was getting the initial J, so there might be a Jamie, a Jane, a Jake, a Jack, a strong J initial, and I'm seeing a white feather as well. If you find a white feather in the next couple of hours and then see this video, you notice white feather, that this is your reading, that is your sign. So let's go. I'm feeling called to do a you versus them. So I'm going to have a look at your energy in this love situation, and then we will have a look at your person. Okay. Oh gosh, I'm feeling already like you're feeling like you've lost hope around this love connection. You've got the Hierophant, and the Hierophant, it can be about marriage and long-term commitment, but it's also highlighting that the person on your mind is a very, very spiritual connection between the two of you. Very, very spiritual. It might be like no other connection that you've experienced, or it might have an important purpose. It might be a really important lesson. I think self-love and forgiveness are really big spiritual lessons that we have to learn. I feel like you're having to be strong around this, and I feel like you've lost hope. So maybe there's been, for some of you, no contact, an ending, ghosted, or maybe you're in a relationship and you feel like it's falling apart. Maybe you feel like you've lost your independence, that you've lost yourself a little bit. This is really was because I feel you're either in no contact or you feel like it's going wrong in your relationship. This was a wish fulfillment at one point, a new beginning with the Fool card, a new, fresh new start, but now it's not. It could represent a missed opportunity. Things have gone south here, sour. Six Cups, feeling nostalgic. Maybe if you're in no contact, that can represent wanting to reach out to your person. But there's been a Tower moment here. It could have been an ending, feeling like your life's falling apart, things crumbling, like it's not the best, feeling unbalanced, uncentered, and feeling like you've lost your power. Maybe someone's really not treated you properly, and it's affected you, is what I'm. Let's get you some of these cards. Tell me more on this love connection, please, Spirit. I'm hearing the colour blue and the colour purple as well. They could be favourite colours, could be football team colours, or yeah, that would be important, blue and purple. I was hearing names. Maybe you've got a cat called Blue or a dog called Blue, or I don't know. That's really random, but everything happens for a reason. Everything I hear is for a reason. I think you once felt really, really abundant with this person, like, you know, you'd got your everything, and it's not. Do you remember I said? Did I say at the beginning? I feel like for those of you who no contact, your person's watching you. Look, the eye. Watching you online. So there could have been some trauma. It could have been, if there's been separation, no contact, ghosted, it could be that it's triggered some childhood trauma for you and you're struggling. I think sometimes when we're going through a place of heartbreak and we miss someone, sometimes the things that have happened have trigger our childhood trauma, that we might feel abandoned or rejected, or pardon me, there's something like that I think that this, and sometimes we really miss a person, but it's like our inner child feels abandoned, or our inner child feels cheated on, or rejected, or lost, or whatever the case may be for your situation. I think that there's inner child healing that's needed. Recovering from trauma, willing to heal together, release bonding better. Maybe you and your person both had like mutual trauma, and they call it, I read about it, they call it wound mates. So you've both been through the same trauma, and it kind of what bonded you and brought you together for some of you. I feel like you're, for the right collective, I'm seeing like a goblet. I had a goblet of fire. You might like Harry Potter or that film in particular. Or it could be a glass of wine. You could love a wine or a gin, or like, it's that kind of glass coming through. But I feel you've got open to getting together, willing to trust again. Maybe if there's been difficulties with this person, that's where you're at. But you're very generous with love. I feel it flows freely for you. You could be submerged in your own world, overthinking in that, that kind of mindset at the moment, or you could know that your person is distant and distracted at the moment as well. Let's get you some of these. Trust. I think trust is a really big thing for you, and this person might have, you might have actually like trusted again, and you're feeling hurt and disappointed and let down. But part of you is still willing to try. Just remember, it's that inner child. It's that inner child that needs love, needs validation, at the moment. You could be repressing your feelings, or you know that your person has. There's a real silence here, guys. There's definitely silence between the two of you for the White Collective. I will put that in the title of the reading. Wow, what is it with the flying out? I feel like you, for the White Collective, you're 555. Check that out. Feeling really anxious around this, trying to recover. Could be going through a spiritual awakening at the moment, maybe going through a dark night of the soul, repressing. Yeah, you wouldn't be in the best place at the moment. You're really trying to let go, but you feel really uncertain around this. Trying to have faith again. But you're scared, maybe scared of the future, scared that things won't work out with this person, or they won't get repaired, or you won't get back together. But just remember, you'll get through anything in life. Yeah, maybe you'll have some heartbreak for a while, maybe, but you'll be okay. You always are. You'll manage, you'll get by, you'll recover, and you'll move on eventually. It's just getting through that pain, and it's the hardest thing to do. You might be spending a lot of time in isolation at the moment also. I'm going to move on to part 2 and focus on your person now. If you would like to book a private reading with me, personal reading with me, my link's in my bio. I've got a special offer, £25 for a 20-minute pre-recorded tarot reading video, £25 until Christmas Eve, reduced from £40. Love and light.